right, welcome to RSG on the road at the Maui Invitational, and this is the grand finale. I need a toast right here. There we go, Joy. This tournament deserves a toast. Obviously, it ends with an overtime championship game between Dayton and Kansas. It was not only a clash of teams; it was a clash of communities. I mean, Dayton didn't have as many fans as Kansas, but it felt like they had the fans. It was the most amazing game I've been to in a long time. Obviously, the play was great on the court, but the atmosphere was incredible. I mean, Joy, how'd you feel about that championship game?
Amazing. It was worth the wait. Craziness, loudness, fans going crazy. But yeah, Dayton, maybe about a quarter of what Kansas had, but just as loud.
Just as loud.
Amazing.
And what was crazy about that game from a basketball standpoint, you know, in a game, and we talked about this with, and I asked Coach Self about this in the press conference. In a game when we're talking about positionless basketball. Positionless basketball.
Toast to that.
Kansas is a traditional team. Going to low post. I felt like, you know, for Maui folks who've been there at the tournament for a long time, it felt like you were watching Ralph Sampson in the middle, or they were going to, they were going down low to one of the big great centers, Patrick Ewing or something like that. Azbukie was just that person. They went to the post. He took care of everybody. He was able to pass out the post. He was just dominant down there on the block, and you just don't see the back to the basket type center happening right now in this day. So that was amazing with the contrast of what you saw with Dayton, and Obie was just struggled early on, but came on strong towards the end. It was just an electrifying game.
Well, you know, Azbukie took away his lifesaver.
Yes, he did take away his life, and he did the Dikembe Mutombo
on
the block.
Can't forget about that.
He said, I said, oh, I was right there. I said, he just did not Dikembe him. It had everything. Yeah, but the other thing about this tournament is that even with the championship game, there's 2 more games. And you realize, I said early in the morning today, I said, you know, there's something about nobody wants to go home winless, right? And those teams that are like 1-1, somebody wants to go home 2-1. So those other games really matter. People compete, and nobody was fighting as more as our friend Nick Crow. I know you had a chance to watch Coach on the sideline. I think we saw Cincinnati Nick today. He was subdued on the sideline and gave you a lot of the post press conference stuff. But he was Cincinnati Nick. What do you think about UCLA? They battled for a while with Michigan State.
Trials were open, but nobody was trying out.
Yes.
One person made the team is Jaime.
Yeah.
Only Jaime.
She said yes. He said it's officially trials in Westwood, but those kids played hard. But Cassius Winston, who. You know, he's going to be a story we're going to follow for the rest of the season, given the personal tragedy he walked. Today, I felt like he was finally himself.
Yes, I agree.
You can see the emotions, the play. Those of you in the Big Ten who watch Cassius, second halves of games, he takes over.
His focus was back.
Oh, man. And you talk about Henry. Tillman played much better, still not playing as strong in the post. I think his coaches would want to play, but he was definitely finishing. Michigan State had to really hold off and battle Dayton down the stretch during that game. So, UCLA down the stretch. This drink is killing me right now.
But let's talk about Chaminade.
Oh, Chaminade.
Nobody was at the game but us.
Yes.
Nobody.
It was some birdies in there, 3 people in there instead. But it was a great game.
Great game. People missed out. I've always been told there's not a junk game at the Maui Invitational.
Yes.
There ain't no lie. Every game was a game. And they missed out because the gym was empty.
It was, and it was Chaminade, Georgia, and you're talking about Georgia. Tom Crean is trying to find a team. He has Anthony Edwards, who's projected to be the 2nd pick in the draft.
Oh, let's talk about him.
There's something about him. It was nip and tuck all the way through the game. It was tight down the stretch. And you get to check us out on Real Sports Guys on our Twitter handle. I put up the last play of the game. But one thing about this kid, he's so unselfish. I think Tom Crean has to push him to be selfish. And he started taking over that game again like he did in the Michigan State game. And then at the end, you could tell he's going to rise up and hit that shot. Hit that shot, and he walked all the way back, almost right in front of the Chaminade bench. And just let him know, this is why I'm going to be drafted second.
It's kind of scary, though, because he's always kind of quiet.
Yeah.
Until he busts out and slam your face.
And he had a big block, too. He had a big block down there. I mean, Tom's struggles is the fact that he has a lot of young kids. He talked about freshmen and sophomores, so they make AAU plays. Like, it's like, who can make the better play? They don't always play as a team. He's trying to do it, but this young man, he's challenging him to guard the best players. He's trying to step up. He's trying to find his way through the game. But he hit that big shot, and I know Danny Ainge was over there like this, writing them notes down. He ain't gonna end up with Celtics, Danny, but he's writing them notes down. They'll all take the notes down, that young man. Like, he got ice water in his vein. And so for the first 3 quarters, I was like, this guy is the top 2 picks.
Like, where'd he go?
Like, to me, he looking like he about to be second round. He might have to go play in the D League, playing like that. And he let us all. He reminded us of who. And he heard somebody talking. He came out and did his thing. And then we had at the end BYU and we had Virginia Tech. That was another scrap.
Oh, what did they tell you about why TJ was on the for the first half?
So he had 2 fouls, but he doesn't look well though. He looked like he was a little sluggish. I was talking to the play-by-play people, and they said he had 2 fouls, but he just didn't look like himself. Second half.
Well, he came back like a mother.
And I've been telling Mark Pope. I asked him in a press conference last night, and I followed up tonight. They played too slow. In second half, TJ was pushing pace, and they got Virginia Tech scrambling, and then he hit like 2 or 3 straight threes.
But you know, with him out, that's why Virginia Tech was so close.
Yes. You could tell he made such a difference.
Yeah. And he speeds up the game because he's that floor general.
He's that floor. And the thing about him and BB, like, when you think about, Cassius Winston's on another level, but when you think about TJ and B, like, that was 2 good point guards. Yeah. They didn't turn the ball over more. I think they had 4 or 5 turnovers. That game was a clean game, but the fact of the matter is, as Mike Young said, they just got more shooters.
Well, and then second half, he controlled the speed.
Yes.
Because the first half was tech speed.
Yes.
Which is why, and TJ was out.
Yes.
So it was more a Virginia Tech game. That's why it stayed so close. As soon as TJ came back, the tide changed because they started controlling the game, the tempo.
Yes.
And TJ started hitting his normal threes.
Yes. And that's the thing about it, like, all these coaches are coaching to the end. There's no give up. This is so early in the season, like, they're all trying to drain. And even when the kids want to give up, because it's 3 tough days, you see the teams who are staying together and trying to finish the deal. And both Virginia Tech and I think and BYU were trying to finish.
Well, and because Virginia Tech had a good start.
Yes, they had a good start.
They took down the number 3 team in the nation.
Yeah.
But third day, there was a little bit running out of gas.
Because you got to stay there. Nolly, they got that kid is the real deal, but they got to get him some more help, more consistent help. And I think BB just has to be more assertive offensively. I just think he's such a floor general. He's like the cat that's always worried about. He's coaching on the floor. He's like the best coach on the floor.
But he got better as the third day came.
Yes.
He got way better.
Yes.
Like, I could see some growth there.
Yes. And when you watch him, even though they're down, he's never down. Like, he has a positive attitude, even when he's getting on them.
But did you hear why?
Why?
When Mike Young walked into the presser after the game, he said, "You smile, whether you lose or win.
Yes.
You always smile." He did say that.
And that's a kid that lives that attitude. If you watch him, when they're down by 10, he's like the coach on the floor. He's constantly keeping guys in it. And I love point guards like that. I think if you look at some of these other teams who are struggling, I think that's part of UCLA's struggle. I think they're beginning to find it, but they don't have that person like that who has command on the floor. It just, TJ, they got a little bit more firepower over at BYU than they have right now, and they still got their best players sitting out, waiting to come back in. So they're going to be a strong team as the season progresses. This was a great tournament. This is your first tournament. you know, that doing this broadcast with us, we've been trying to build this for the future. What were your takeaways? What were your memorable moments for you?
Gotta be honest, I fell in love with Dayton. The crowd, the support, the way they play. Talked about this to you just one-on-one. Like, where did it come from? They cheer for each other. They listen to their coach. The coach rarely yells. They act like they've been together for years. They're very smooth. They're constantly talking on the floor, off the floor. Obi-Wan Kenobi was on the floor trying to get in, directing traffic.
Yes.
I mean, and they listen to each other.
Yes.
And they're always unfazed, just like their coach.
Yes.
They have the exact identity of their coach. That's something coaches dream of.
Yes.
And they have it so early in the season. It's kind of mind-blowing to watch, and how they feed off their crazy ruckus crowd that followed them all the way from Ohio and actually made more of an impact than the Kansas City, who took up 3/4 of the gym.
That's right.
So my takeaway is, who the hell was Dayton? Now I know.
And that's one of the things when we opened up this tournament. We said we're going to find out a lot about the teams. We're going to find out a lot about the coaches, because this tournament can break you and stress you.
Yeah.
Right? We saw some coaches really going through it because you don't have a lot of turnaround. Like, the pressure cooker's on you. This is a high-profile event. I remember interviewing Coach Grant in the presser, the pre-tournament presser. He didn't say 2 words. Like,
no,
not
exactly.
Really, you ask him a question and he would say 2 words.
And not in a negative way.
Not in a negative way.
Man ain't got no personality.
Yes.
You talk about personality,
Yes.
go back to our favorite, Mick Cronin.
Yeah.
That man all about personality.
Yes.
Not a good personality, but he a personality.
Yes, right.
You know? But yeah, he, even on the sideline, he don't rarely yell.
Yeah.
He always on his knee. He talk to them.
Yes.
He direct them. He don't yell. He don't get animated.
But they listen, and they
do.
deliver. And he became more comfortable in press conferences. You could see his personality come out. He talked about his family, his kid. His son got his first dunk in practice. They showed that on the video. Like, this is a coaching star we're gonna see.
Yeah.
Like, this is a star, and he's not the kind of guy that's gonna leave. That's his home. So you can see him trying to build like a Gonzaga in the Midwest, or that kind of program.
That's what I'm saying, though. Yeah. When you watch them play, how did it already happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, you watch Michigan, you watch Kansas, they blue bloods.
Yes.
It's their system, and sometimes they don't even have it.
Yes.
But this team is going to be amazing to watch throughout the season on where they end up, how they do, because at this early age in the season, they play like a team. They play for each other. They love each other. They feed off that crazy crowd. We didn't even talk about Obie shooting the 3 and turning around and look at the crowd. Did you see him laugh at the presser?
Yeah.
And he knew exactly what he did.
And like we were talking about before, you forget that these are kids.
Yeah.
Like, he's a grown man. If you watch him rebound, he'll grab the ball, bump it off the glass. One time he got the rebound, slapped the glass with one hand. Like, this guy is having fun.
That's what I also want to say.
But he hit that jump shot, the ball was up in the air. He turned, looked at the bench, looked at Kansas bench, probably looked at Bill Self and gave him a wink before the ball hit the boom.
But you know what's funny? When he does things like that, it's not malicious.
No.
It's weird.
No.
Because of the personality of the team. They are animated, but it's a different kind of vibe. It's a Dayton, Ohio, small kind of thing of vibe, and it's gonna be interesting.
We'll fight. We're gonna let you know. We're gonna fight for everything.
Yeah. But they're not cocky.
No, and his stock has gone up. I think they probably had him like 8 or 9 in the lottery. His stock by the end of the
year. They did say that on ESPN.
He's gonna be a top 5 by the time this is all said and done. The other person is Dotson, the point guard for Kansas.
He went off.
Did he go off? He went off.
He went off to.
He had a high of 31 today, didn't he?
No, it was like 33.
33, yeah.
He stole the MVP. 31. He stole the MVP today, like straight up.
Yes.
It was his career high next to Azbukie.
And the thing about it is, he is fearless and a finisher. Like, he has this killer instinct. And I've been critical. Those of you who have watched RSG, No, we have this. Shout out to my man Game Changer who started this. We have this can't trust it list. We do this right before the March Madness, and it's usually these great coaches that everybody don't put they put their mortgage on to make it to the Final Four. Your boy Roy Williams was on there for a while. You put your mortgage on it, and they get knocked out in the first round.
First round.
You know, my boy Jay Wright, who I love, best dressed coach in the business. Early on, he took a lot of people's mortgages and checks. He was the best dressed coach in CBS Studios second weekend. And Kansas was that. Bill Self, because if you look at the talent he had, you think he had like 9,000 championships. Yeah. But I've got to know, you get to know Bill Self this week. I have appreciation for what he does. And that team. And this team is solid. Like, this team is blue collar. They get after you on defense. And they got a big man that just, at first I was like, what's he gonna do? He looks like he a little awkward. Today he came of age. I mean, and that 1-2 punch, and they do it more traditionally. Point guard, center. It's not, they can play small, but they do point guard and that center more traditional when people got bigs who step out and shoot threes. Nope. He's doing it the old school way.
In the paint.
And
he was pushing my poor Obi-Wan Kenobi around.
Oh, he was pushing.
Obi-Wan is pretty decent. He a mini giant.
But he was like
Azbukie.
Azbukie was like, he was like Shaq. He's like barbecue chicken.
Yeah.
He done there barbecue chicken. He was going over the top. I was like, oh my God, I know you had those moves. And I said, I said they need to make him go left to the baseline. He went left to the baseline. I'm like, okay, I think he had that in this game at all.
He never just break his lifesaver. He took it away.
He took it away. But Obie was playing.
He was.
He was playing.
But
Udoka,
just too much.
So it ends here. Now, what's great about this, though, now if y'all look at an earlier video, our dope producer highlighted one of my errors that I did. But I have to talk about this because, this is Joy's inaugural Mile Invitational with us, and she will be back next year. You know why she's gonna be back next year.
You know why? Whether he like it or not.
Whose team is coming next year?
Carolina, baby. Not South, North.
Oh my God. She gonna have a clown suit on. I'm gonna tell you right now, all she gonna be wearing is Carolina blue next year.
Tar Heels, baby.
And we supposed to be neutral.
I might bring my blanket, might bring my shirt, my hat, buy some gloves, scarf. Not even cold in there. But guess what? Tar Heels, baby.
So you keep talking that junk, I'm gonna do this.
And guess what? Bet you didn't know this. Top Maui Invitational tournaments, the most, Duke at 5. Number 2 is Carolina, not South, North. Next year, gonna be 5.
So these other teams who coming, if you listening, because she already told you y'all gonna lose, Alabama, Davidson, they ain't got Steph Curry, but they gonna ball. Davidson will ball. They'll come in here. Indiana, I gotta say shout out to my niece in Indiana. Good luck, South Carolina tomorrow. Baylor, y'all go get them down in, but I've seen the boys, they gonna come. Archie Miller gonna be bringing them out here. Indiana fans travel. Carolina fans travel. It's gonna get loud in there. Mm-hmm. And then we got Providence. I said Seton Hall, we got Providence. The Friars, hey, it's not gonna be the Donovan Friars when he was back in the day shooting ball, but the Friars still can play. They're gonna come on out here. We got Stanford. It's gonna be some intellectual cats coming out. They might be running a bigger fence. They all gonna have high ACT and SAT scores, but they can ball. It's gonna be some smart people up in the arena. I might have to bring my cards and try to network and get some sponsorship. And then we got Texas. Shaka Smart. All y'all Madison boys, Shaka, your boy coming out. They're gonna bring them horns. Shaka. If they hold on to him. Texas, y'all better not let him go. So we might have to get him up here in Wisconsin.
But we're gonna teach the Tar Heels too. Shaka.
All right, we're gonna have Texas coming in, Longhorns. Shaka Smart. He's another fun person. Great in the presser, smart. And then we're gonna have UNLV. We might see Moses Scurry. We might see Greg Anthony. We might see Stacey Augman. We might see a whole bunch of people in the building. Grandma Ma, Larry Johnson.
But guess what? Greg Anthony gonna be wearing the Tar Heel blue.
Now if he coming from LV, he could be wearing them.
No.
Greg, I'm wearing the LV. I'm getting a Moses Scurry jersey.
It was already said on ESPN. He got rid of the bread and took over the bread.
Well, his son ain't gonna be there for this year. He gonna be there next year. His son gonna be playing for the losers team because he's gonna be a number 1 draft pick.
And don't tell Kenny Smith I said this. He gonna be there too, even though his son's hit the bench.
Oh, that's so. Ooh, Kenny.
But he gonna be there.
How we did it? You didn't have him starting the AAU team. You wasn't one of them coaches where you give him every shot. But hey, LV gonna be in the building, so you know they traveling. This is gonna be a fun one. So we know we're gonna be back for next year. Thank y'all for being with us. Hey, we gotta thank all our great people here at Aston Mahana, in the studio. We're doing our thing. My man Brian Cox, all the people. Greg, who checked us in, thank you, man. We'll try to hook you up next year. We got to thank PJ Bowman, Dr. Bowman, and the whole crew at Bowman Medical Group for all the stuff. We got to thank, our folks over there who hosted the event, got us set up and doing all the great work over there. Catherine and the crew over there who took the catering crew who cooked us up, gave us a ride down the car. That hill was deep. We have really got it. And then, my man Rob over there, at the Maui News, who is just he's like the Godfather. If you had a chance, go check out the interview on realsportsguy.com. But people have adopted us, that made us feel comfortable here, and made this a great experience for us. So until next year, check us out. And also, as part of this, check out the state of college sports. We got one interview, got another great interview coming on that series that's part of this whole platform. It's just been a pleasure. We're going to toast y'all.
Peace out.
Roger J.